Welcome to Crazy Pet TV, your ultimate destination for non-stop laughter and animal antics. Get ready to embark on a wild journey filled with the funniest and most adorable creatures from around the globe. From mischievous cats to goofy dogs and everything in between, our channel is your one-stop shop for hilarious pet moments. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained as we bring you the craziest and most lovable pets on the internet. Subscribe now and join the laughter on Crazy Pet TV. Looks like Fido's trying to join the whistle choir, but his nose might be the only instrument he's mastered so far. Seems like Fluffy's trying out some new yoga poses in her sleep again. Must be aiming for the Twisted Tabby Award. Alright folks, place your bets. Is this little furball asking for treats, plotting world domination, or just complaining about the weather? Seems like Mittens just got a whiff of my foot odor. He's probably reevaluating his life choices right about now. These pups are taking cooling off to a whole new level. Who needs a pool when you've got a bowl? Get ready to witness the ultimate sneeze-a-thon starring our canine comedian. This pooch sneezes like it's auditioning for a comedy show. Looks like the cats are ready to settle their score, but who knew a phone call could spark a feline riot? Stay tuned for the cat showdown of the century. Ever wondered what a husky concert sounds like? Well, our living room just turned into Carnegie Hall, starring our very own howling sensation. This pint-sized feline had big dreams of leaping from chair to table, but alas, it seems the laws of physics weren't on his side. Time for a new game plan, little buddy. In the game of kisses, my dog and I are undefeated champions because who can resist those slobbery, unconditional love attacks? Looks like someone's staging a hunger protest. Our cat's channeling his inner activist by vigorously shaking his bowl for mealtime justice. Watching our puppy and duckling share a drink together reminds me that friendship knows no bounds, just a paw and a wing, enjoying life's simple pleasures side by side. It's a cat-tastic wrestling match. 3 furballs enter, but who will emerge victorious and claim the title of heavyweight perfectionist? Beware of the duck. 1 minute they're innocently waddling around and the next they're giving unsuspecting dogs a quack attack in the rear. Looks like our pug's attempting a daring sock heist, but those short legs might just be the perfect alibi for this failed caper. Better luck next time, little buddy. These two feline philosophers are having a heated debate that would make even Plato proud. Who knew cat politics could be so riveting? Caught in a game of who's the goodest boy with his own reflection, our pup proves that sometimes the best playmate is the one staring back at you. Looks like our kitty's about to have a ferocious showdown with the dreaded bath monster, but something tells me this feline's not going down without a splashing fight. Watch out for the flying saucer. Our absent-minded cat's attempt to snatch a snack just turned into an impromptu food fight. Who knew mealtime could be so airborne? Looks like Fido's nap was rudely interrupted by a rather unexpected aroma. Guess even dogs can't escape the occasional whoopsie from their humans. Someone's got a case of the carry me away fever. Our eager pup can't wait to hop into his portable palace. Who knew a crate could be this exciting? Move over Little Red Riding Hood. There's a new granny in town. Our doggy diva's rocking the grandma look like it's nobody's business. When it comes to cat fights, our troublemaker here is definitely the paw Thor of annoyance. Looks like someone's got a case of the catitude. Get ready for a tale of daring escapes and canine contortions. Our little pup's latest adventure involves a window, a curtain, and a whole lot of confusion. Looks like our mischievous comedian just landed himself a starring role in The Great Toilet Paper Caper. But beware, kitty, with great pranks come great responsibilities, and a not-so-glamorous cleaning duty. Watch out, folks, it's the Basset Brigade on a mission to turn your living room into their own personal racetrack. Better hold on to your socks or they'll be barking all over them. Looks like our sneaky feline's about to face the puppy pile-up challenge. Let's see if he can outmaneuver this adorable avalanche of furballs. Caught in the act, our little kitty's indulgence at the fountain turned him from a tiny furball to a fluffy rounder ball. Someone's been drinking too much from the Fontana del Feline. Looks like Fido just signed up for an impromptu surfing lesson. Who knew our 4-legged friend had dreams of becoming the next canine Kelly Slater? Beware the stray cat wrath. In our next clip, one feisty feline proves that when it comes to walking the dog, it's not just the leash you have to worry about. Watch out for those sharp claws and even sharper attitudes. Watch out, world! Our little French bulldog's got the zoomies and he's running like he's got a plane to catch. But just like that, he's down for the count, proving that sometimes even the fastest of us need a little pit stop. Move over, garden gnome. Our water-loving German Shepherd's taken over sprinkler duty, turning the backyard into his own personal splash zone. Looks like someone's got a new job title, Chief Irrigation Officer. Just when you thought Labrador Retrievers couldn't get any more fetching, here they go again, diving off the dock like they're training for the Doggy Olympics synchronized swimming event. Beware the stealthy potato pilferer. Our feline friend has a penchant for purloining snacks, proving that when it comes to chips, this kitty's got a serious case of the munchies. Looks like someone's got a case of the snack time sneakies. Talk about a poolside blunder. One pup's attempt at teamwork ends with a splash as he accidentally sends his buddy for a dip instead of the object they're after. Poor kitty got a horny surprise. His leap from hood to heaven was a real tail raiser. Looks like Fido's taking his bathroom breaks to a whole new level. Move over, potty-trained humans. There's a new pooper in town. This husky's on a one-dog mission to find buried treasure in the living room. Next up, carpet archaeology with canines. Talk about making an entrance. Our little pup's rolling into his bed like a furry action hero. Who knew bedtime could be this dramatic? Looks like our little explorer's trying to catch a ride on the windshield wipers. Guess he's hoping for a tailwind adventure. Our furry masseuse is working overtime, kneading away tension with his paws of relaxation. Who needs a spa when you've got a doggy masseur on call? Looks like someone's giving a paws-on demonstration of the famous feline foot massage. Who needs reflexology when you've got a cat on patrol? Well, talk about a raccoon raid. Looks like someone left the back door open and now the basement's turned into a wildlife sanctuary. Who knew raccoons were into house parties? Seems like our beagle's got a taste for the finer things in life. Forget about chasing rabbits. This pup's all about the icy delights of porch-bound snow cones. Caught red pod. Looks like our furry friend's expanding his palate to include the exotic flavors of toilet bowl water. Who needs a fancy water dish when you've got porcelain refreshment? Looks like Fido's got a new party accessory, but who knew a balloon tied to his paw would turn him into the fastest sprinter in the house? Step aside, Usain Bolt, there's a new champion in town. Ever slid down a slide with a beaver as your sleepy sidekick? It's the ride of a lifetime, just watch out for the tail. Looks like our little pup's got big dreams of conquering staircases with his trusty cart, but sometimes even the bravest adventurers take a tumble. Who needs a doggy xylophone when you got this musical maestro? Our playful pup's nose-tapping antics are the latest sensation. Move over, Beethoven, there's a new composer in town. Double scare alert, the owner hides behind the window and behind the dog. Who's the real ghost here? Looks like our little furball mistook the girl's back for a trampoline. Talk about unexpected bounce. Watch out for the furry prankster. Our mischievous cat's got a new hobby, playing tug-of-war with the door handle. Who knew feline mischief could be so handy? Looks like our kitty's got some serious foodie flair, dining with style, one goofy munch at a time. That's one way to make a splash. Our adventurous pup went from running riverside to sliding straight into the water. Talk about an unexpected detour. Looks like our English Bulldog's attempt at Sofa Olympics ended with a paws-down dismount. Who knew couch potatoing could be such a risky sport? Talk about a plot twist! Our little stinker thought she was out of the woods, only to take a nosedive into the next pit. Seems like she's on a mission to explore every ditch in town. Seems like our kitty's found a new hangout spot. Move over, cozy beds. There's a trash can thrown in town, and it's all his. Caught in the act. Our furry friend's got a new attachment. This time it's not a bone, it's the waiter's apron. Looks like someone's determined to order fetch instead of fetch the food. Looks like our four-legged backseat driver's got his Bark Mobile request on repeat. Someone's itching for a road trip and won't take pause for an answer. Talk about a hair-raising experience. Our startled kitten mistook the spotted hairdryer for a prowling predator. Let's just say it's a good thing cats have 9 lives. Caught in the act, our guilty-faced golden retriever looks like he's auditioning for a pillow commercial. Who knew Fluffy Chaos could be this adorable? Looks like our gourmet kitty's got a refined palate. Move over, fancy feast. There's a new delicacy in town and it's served on a stick. Talk about a sour awakening. Our sleepy cat went from dreamland to lemonland in record time. Looks like someone's not a fan of citrusy surprises. When you open a bag of chips and out pops a furious furball, looks like someone's not too happy about being in the rough of snack time. Looks like our adorable pups got big dreams of balloon busting glory, but sometimes reaching for the stars ends with a pawsome flop. Cat fight alert. Our mischievous kitty thought he could get away with a tail nibble, but it seems his feline friend had other plans. Who knew a tail could be such a pawsome weapon? Are we going to tuna sill this disagreement, or should we let the fur fly? Oh, when it comes to snacks, our kitty's motto is, if you can't beat 'em, bite 'em. Looks like someone's not sharing the treat time limelight. Hands off the whipped cream. Our little pup's got a paws on policy when it comes to his dessert. Looks like someone's not willing to share the sweet stuff. When your dog's paw becomes the latest in pawtertainment technology, who needs a smartphone when you've got a bark-enabled device right at your fingertips? Our cat's got a new hobby, egg-sighting heists from the kitchen counter. Looks like our furry friend's got a knack for interior decorating. Who needs a massage chair when you've got a canine-powered vibrating recliner? When your nap gets interrupted by the unmistakable sound of pet riotic flatulence, looks like someone's not the only one getting woofed awake. Fraidy cat alert. Who needs a tennis court when you've got a living room? Our canine ace is serving up some serious fetch skills, one ball at a time. Our grumpy cat's got more attitude than a Monday morning traffic jam. Talk about a meow with a side of mro. Looks like the crate's turned into a canine carnival. Double the dogs, double the chaos. Who needs a bubble machine when you've got our underwater pooch blowing bubbles like a pro, one sniff at a time? With those puppy dog eyes, who could resist? Looks like someone's on a mission to bone up on his treat collection. When it comes to a cat fight, these two are positively persuasive. May the fur fly. Who says cats and chicks can't be besties? These two are proving that friendship knows no bounds. Just a fur ball and a fluff ball, playing tag like it's nobody's business. Looks like our clumsy canine's got a talent for turning living rooms into obstacle courses. Next up, Limbo, Doggy Edition. When these two pups hit the couch, it's not just a wrestling match, it's the Bark at the Match main event live from the living room. Looks like our snoozing pooch is on a wild adventure in dreamland. Who needs reality when you can have a sleep-induced roller coaster ride? With a face that cute, this little pup could melt even the iciest of hearts, pure sweetness in fur form. Watch out, it's the Midnight Sprinter making his nightly rounds. Who needs a fitness app when you've got a fur-coated streak of lightning? Our four-legged butler is at it again, closing cabinets like it's his canine duty. Who needs a kitchen assistant when you've got a dog with manners? Our Foodie Fido has a unique approach to dining. Why settle for one kibble at a time when you can have a nose-first buffet extravaganza? When your cat struts in like a tiny feline mafia boss, you know you're in for a personal negotiation. Talk about making an entrance with catitude. Life's a beach for our canine surfer extraordinaire, catching waves and chasing seagulls. This pup's living the dream in Sandy style. When the stuffed tiger strikes fear into our little pup's heart, you know it's time for some positive reassurance and maybe a few extra treats. Who would have thought our gentle giant would cower at the sight of a pint-sized kitty? Looks like this big dog's got a case of feline fright. Caught in the fluff act, our chubby hamster's on a pillow-popping mission, but little did he know his cotton caper would make him the star of a rodent rampage reality show. When your pup's scratching session turns into a paws-off affair, sorry buddy, no humans allowed in the itch zone. Looks like our dynamic duo's new talent is a face-off for the ages. Who knew silly expressions could be this fetching? When the cat's away, the human will play, but it seems our feline friend wasn't amused by the impromptu kitty shower surprise. Looks like our mischievous Moggy's got a case of the perplexing pounce. Watch out, humans, there's a new prankster in town, and he's Fur-ious. Catastrophe in the making. Our feline friend just introduced gravity to the art of glassware removal. Who knew a simple swat could lead to such a positively smashing performance? Looks like our vigilant watchdog's just trying to give the firefighters some bark-eating advice. Who needs sirens when you've got a four-legged alarm system? When couch potatoes become couch kangaroos, our canine friends got some serious leapfrog aspirations. Looks like our tub-loving tabbies decided to turn bath time into catnap time. Who needs a waterbed when you've got a perfectly cozy tub to snooze in? When curiosity gets the best of our kitty, even the fruit bowl becomes fair game. Watch out for those stealthy paw swipes, or you might end up with a surprise cat-approved salad topping. Looks like our picky felines have a nose for trouble. Who knew their refined sense of smell would lead to such dramatic reactions? Looks like it's back to the drawing board for gourmet cat treats. High-flying kitty antics, the perfect circus act. Doggy's dive turned into a splashdown surprise. When the canine couch potato dreams of becoming an Olympic hurdler but ends up with a rough landing instead, guess who just breezed by with a Tubi new accessory? Any guesses on our mystery critter with a head full of style? When winter hits, even our feline friends got some heating issues. Watch out, humans, looks like the battle for warmth is on, and Kitty's got her sights set on the ultimate prize, the coveted heater steel. Confused canine alert! Looks like our furry friend's trying to decipher whether it's playtime or prank time. Sorry buddy, looks like you're the star of this comedy show. When the owner tries to throw shade, but the dog responds with pure sweetness, looks like someone's got a heart of gold and a tongue of wag. When boredom strikes, shadow puppets come to the rescue. Who needs Netflix when you've got a furry friend and a well-lit wall? Looks like our humans taking Neighborhood Watch to a whole new level. Next up, issuing citations for excessive napping and unauthorized bird chasing. When your mealtime mantra is one paw for me, one paw for territorial defense, looks like our feline friends got multitasking down to a fine art. Mastering the art of feline bobblehead, one finger flick at a time. When your dog's sniffer turns into a snuffer, looks like someone's not a fan of their own brand. When life gives you tails, just spin it like a record. Our dizzy dog's got the ultimate dance move down. At chow time, this unexpected pairing transforms into a dynamic duo, with the dog taking the lead and the pig providing backup. Mealtime turns into a side-splitting spectacle. When you're dreaming of bacon but end up with a bacon flop instead, looks like our French Bulldog's nap turned into a comedy show. Who needs a regular exit when you can make a dramatic curtain call? Our feline friend takes the catwalk to a whole new level. When you're ready to pedal to the park but your pup's got other ideas, looks like Fido's giving bike jumping a try just to keep things interesting. When mischief meets miniature, you get our playful kitten causing hogwash havoc with the piglets. Looks like the farm's got a new troublemaker in town. Who needs a fashion show when you've got our canine comedian rocking those positively fabulous footwear? Looks like Fido's strutting his stuff with style. When even the toy size competition sends our big doggy running for cover, looks like there's a new sheriff in town and he's only 12 inches tall. Looks like our thrill-seeking pup took roller coaster ride a bit too literally. Who needs amusement parks when you've got backyard adventures like this? When it comes to mealtime, this tiny pup's motto is size doesn't matter. Defending his dish with the ferocity of a lion, he's a pint-sized protector with a big appetite. Once upon a time, in a land of whiskers and mischief, two feline foes engaged in a battle of epic proportions. Let the clawsome chaos commence! Move over, feline pop stars. Looks like we've got the next performer in line, grooving to his own beat with some fancy footwork that's sure to steal the show. As our dog waits for his bone, he becomes the ultimate politician, swearing solemnly to fetch it himself if necessary. Looks like we've got a bona fide oathkeeper on our hands. Move over, breakfast bandits. There's a new cat in town. Our mischievous kitty is on a mission to swipe her owner's morning munchies, one stealthy paw at a time. Why did the dog wear glasses and a wig? Because he wanted to be the hound of knowledge and the master of disguise. When you try to catch some Z's, but your dog decides it's time for a head-spinning wake-up call, looks like Fido's got his own version of Bedtime Olympics. Watch out for those stealthy paw attacks. Our feline friend just earned a black belt in paw-to-foot combat. Looks like it's time to step up our game in the battle of wits with Whiskers. Why did the kitten bring a ball to the table? Because he heard it was the perfect place to score some points. When the cat starts issuing dinner demands at the table, you know it's not just mealtime, it's a political negotiation. At dinner time, our feline friend transforms into a Hamburglar, staging a daring raid on the coveted burger. Who knew cats had such a taste for fast food? When your dog's dive of faith turns into a surprise splashdown, looks like someone's doggy paddle skills could use a little refresher. After a daring leap for the elusive butterfly, our feline friend discovers that gravity always wins. It seems the ground has become the unexpected hero in this high-flying adventure. Why did the dog take up carpentry? Because he wanted to prove he's not just a paws in the workshop. When the living room becomes a canine runway, complete with a sock accessory, looks like someone's fetching fashion has gone positively wild. When your pup turns into a stealthy fur ninja, waiting patiently to ambush their unsuspecting human, looks like someone's got a bone to pick with boredom. Just when you thought fetch couldn't get any more exciting, our dog discovers the catch of the day. Turns out it's not just the ball that's hiding around the corners. Looks like our feline friend found the perfect spot for a cat nap. Who knew the sink doubles as a snooze sanctuary? Just when you thought the mystery of the missing snacks couldn't get any more entertaining, our four-legged friend emerges, wearing the evidence of his positively delicious crime scene. When your pup insists on being the sous chef, but his idea of helping is just to add a little extra paws-on flavor to the recipe. Move over, kitty divas, we've got the next big sensation in town. It seems our feline friend is ready to drop his debut album, Meow Sick to My Ears. When you realize your dog's sock-sniffing adventure turned into an unexpected taste test, looks like someone's palate is more discerning than we thought. In the grand arena of adorable antics, our playful pup takes center stage, turning the couch into a playground paradise alongside his doting owner. Who needs a clown when you've got our canine comedian flashing his positively hilarious grin? It's the best show in town! When happiness becomes a race, our dog takes the lead, zooming ahead with a grin that says it all. Who needs a mouse pad when you've got our furry friend doubling as the pawsome tech accessory of the day? Caught in the act. Looks like our sneaky pooch is taking the term bathroom buddy to a whole new level. Sorry, Fido, no articles allowed. When our furry speedster hits the couch racetrack, it's like the Daytona 500 of living room laps. Someone's gunning for the sofa championship. Move over, garden tools. There's a new sheriff in town. Our playful pup turns leaf blowing into the ultimate game of fetch. Who needs a water fountain when you've got our canine contortionist attempting the ultimate hydration hijinks? Sorry, Fido, no water park pass required. When our little pup sneezes, it's like a tiny earthquake in the making. Watch out, world, for the tremors of the tiniest achoo. Caught in the act, our mischievous mutt tries to pull off a food heist, only to find himself wedged in the cat's domain. Looks like he's barking up the wrong tree. Why shovel snow when you can have our fluffy friend do the job? He's the true snow connoisseur. Just watch him plow through winter with sheer enthusiasm. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fluffiest of them all? Our feline friend contemplates life's mysteries, one whisker at a time. With a grin that rivals the Cheshire Cat's, our feline friend is ready to charm his way into your heart. Just don't ask him to spill the secrets behind that dazzling smile. Our feline prankster leaves a stink bomb and makes a quick getaway. A feline wrestling match, the perfect showdown. A French Bulldog versus Vacuum, the battle of the century. Who will suck it up and admit defeat? As the eager little dog waits for his turn to fetch the stick, it almost seems like he's mentally counting every second, eagerly wishing it's finally his time to run and grab the long-awaited prize. Just when you think you're safe from the ninja attacks of your feline friend, he strikes. Beware the stealthy paws and teeth of the notorious foot assailant. When you're just trying to enjoy a leisurely stroll on the beach, but your friend has other plans. Tug of war, anyone? When the tiny troublemaker meets the grumpy guardian, it's the showdown of the furballs. Watching my dog's food dance, I wonder if it's the kibble or the anticipation that's making him leap. Animals can be mischievous, but sometimes it's their owners who teach them the best tricks. Looks like someone tried to wake the cat up for breakfast but got a sourpuss instead. When the owner wants to play but the little pup prefers some me time, it ends with the human receiving a growl notification. Why did the dog become a motivational speaker? Because he had a bark that inspired everyone to pause and reflect. Why was the dog perplexed while his owner teased him? He couldn't decide if he was the punchline or the punchline's paw. In a hilarious scene, the human goes to pet the cat, but as it turns around, it mistakes the other cat nearby for the aggressor and launches an attack, leaving the human wondering who the real target is. In a humorous twist of events, the dog learns its lesson in a rather amusing way, leaving everyone chuckling at the unexpected outcome. Three eager dogs awaiting a ball are like a trio of aspiring Olympic champions ready to bolt at the speed of lightning as soon as the game begins. For the dog, grabbing the cat's tail is like hitting the jackpot. He's just struck the feline fun lottery. Why did the Labrador bring a surfboard to the beach? He's making waves in the doggy surfing scene. Why did the pup with the cone collar go to the fountain to quench his thirst but ended up looking like a clumsy cup collector? When the dog decided to take a plunge into the pool, little did he know he'd be starring in the next water show. With tails wagging like propellers, the dogs were ready for the scooter adventure of their lives, barking, "Let's hit the road, boss!" With a disdainful flick of his whiskers, the cat rejected the snack, but in swoops his canine buddy, who swipes it in one gulp, leaving the cat to murmur, "Well, that's one way to clean up the table." Watch out for wild animals, or you might end up sledging faster than you ever thought possible. Just ask the dog and his owner who discovered the unexpected thrill of being chased by a buffalo. In the latest clip, we've got a dog who insists on being fed like a baby bird. Apparently, only airplane mode will do for this furry friend's mealtime. In another hilarious clip, a tiny furball challenges its mom to a wrestling match. Looks like this little fighter is starting young. In a comical scene, a mischievous husky makes a run for it with a sock firmly clenched in its mouth, leaving its bewildered owner in stitches. In a hilarious showdown, two cats engage in a feisty feline brawl, leaving their human audience both entertained and amused. With a daring entrance, the dog decides to descend the stairs like an acrobat, but ends up in a sudden free fall. With a determined leap, the dog aims for the hood, only to realize it's a bit snug for his liking. Caught in the act, the popcorn bandit eyes the treasure with guilt written all over his face. In a daring sock heist, the mischievous pup dashes through the house with the owner in hot pursuit, ready for the great sock recovery mission. With pleading eyes and a woe is me expression, the dog wriggles around to secure that cozy spot on the owner's bed. With a gentle swipe, the mama cat launches her playful kitten into a whirlwind of excitement. Starting anew, in a hilarious attempt at a bipedal stance, the puppy topples backward like a pro acrobat. Watch out for the cat acrobat, one somersault too many and there goes the graceful landing straight into the wall. The cat, convinced it had the upper hand over everything that moves, gave its best by leaping away at the sudden appearance of the toy snake. The cat, in a moment of feline finesse, simply halted the puppy's eager approach with a nonchalant paw, leaving the bewildered pup staring in puzzlement at the sudden halt in its adventure. The cat's reaction to the cucumber? Instant sprint mode. The cat's face says it all. What kind of person plays comb as an instrument? The owner tries to wake up his kitty, but it seems he just activated bounce mode. Looks like this kitten is taking dinner and a nap to a whole new level. This little kitty's yawns are so cute, they should come with a warning label for excessive adorableness. When his owner flipped him off, this big pup wasn't barking up the wrong tree with his reaction. The owner teased his cat by offering food, only to yank it away like a magician's disappearing act. That kitty's expression was priceless. The dog spotted a cat in the middle of the street and promptly decided to take a detour. Smart move, buddy.
Round and round, round.
The cat attempted a daring leap from a bunk bed, but was swiftly caught midair by its owner. Looks like someone's dreams of flying were grounded. The sleepy kitten yawned in such a comical way that it seemed to be auditioning for a clown act. The owner mimicked a pistol with his hand, and the kitten dramatically dropped to the ground as if in a scene from a feline spy movie.
Swish, swish, swish.
The dog and cat couple looked like they were having a joint nap session, with one dreaming of chasing squirrels and the other plotting world domination. Looks like those two dogs were having a tug-of-war marathon inside that cardboard box, competing for the title of boxing champions. Looks like someone's having a possum pool party. That dog is living its best life with a splashtastic adventure in the pool. This adorable puppy is like a sweet caress to the heart. This mischievous kitten has a knack for pant hitchhiking on its owner's leg. This frenzied French bulldog turned the house into a chaotic obstacle course, jumping around like a pinball and landing with a thud. When the cat playfully patted his friend's backside, he got more than he bargained for as his buddy swiftly retaliated with a swipe. In the woods, the husky leapt around like a rabbit on spring break, leaving bewildered squirrels in his wake. This cat is a real chip off the old block, always hunting for potato chips. Talk about a pause in his tracks moment. This dog's glassy-eyed expression says it all when he thinks the floor is about to crack beneath him. Looks like this English bulldog's got the swim in mid-air memo, but someone forgot to tell his legs. Those two cats are going at it like they're auditioning for a kitty wrestling championship. Watch out, folks, we've got a four-legged friend trying out the two-legged strut today. Looks like Fido's having a rough day with this unexpected nose-honking surprise from his human. Seems like these two furballs are having a personal debate over who gets the last nibble of their favorite treats. Looks like Mr. Whiskers just wanted to give a friendly hello to the turtle, but ended up getting a not-so-friendly goodbye nip instead. Rover's on a quest for the elusive water splash, but it seems the waves have other plans for his paw, some adventure. These two felines are having a catastrophic reaction to the mysterious rustling bag. Looks like it's time for a paw side of investigation. Looks like this downward dog has a furry co-pilot. This husky's decided it's positively the perfect time to add some canine chaos to the yoga session. This pup's turning the backyard into a splash zone. Who needs a sprinkler when you've got a four-legged water warden on duty? Looks like this little tail wagger turned the bed into their personal playground. Who needs a teddy bear when you've got a cuddly canine companion like this? Uh-oh, looks like Mr. Whiskers is giving his human the "per-lease leave me alone" stare. Time for a strategic retreat before things get too clawsome. The sight of a tail wagging faster than a squirrel on a sugar rush. This pup's joy is through the woof as they welcome home their favorite human. Fortunately for Fluffy, dodging human cuddles has become an art form. It's like trying to catch a feather on a windy day with this elusive feline. Ah, Shadow, always finding a way to turn grooming time into a playful escapade. Who needs brushing when there's a cardboard box just waiting to be perfectly attacked? Looks like Aquatic Whiskers is at it again, turning hydration time into a high-stakes game of catch the water stream. Who needs toys when you've got a H2O-loving feline on the prowl? Seems Duchess Whiskers is in personal space protector mode, a reminder to her human that cuddle time has rules, and maybe a few paw taps. Poor Mittens jumping at shadows, or in this case, socks. Rex isn't taking any chances, making sure his human stays untouched by the girlfriend's affection. Guard dog duty at its finest. It seems Fido's ready to catch some Z's on this road trip. Let's hope his dreams are as adventurous as his journey. This little furball's turning glassware into a game of kitty basketball. Who needs a hoop when you've got a mischievous Moggy on a roll? Perfection meets water as the fearless feline takes the plunge. These howling huskies could give opera singers a run for their money. Earplugs, anyone? Looks like we've got a Chew Symphony in action, one woof, one spit, and a whole lot of synchronicity between our canine and camelid companions. Looks like we've got a Chew Symphony in action, one woof, one spit, and a whole lot of synchronicity between our canine and camelid companions. Here comes the trendsetter, a cool cat sporting his personalized eyewear. Who said stylish felines can't rock shades? This Frenchie found the ultimate nap spot under the TV stand. Sweet dreams, little buddy. Looks like Sir Fluffington's curiosity got the better of him as he took a playful swipe at the fan, learning the hard way that not every whirlwind is meant for chasing. Seems like Rover's turning the tables, staging a positively playful ambush on his unsuspecting owner. Who's the real master here? Poor Fluffy's surprise jump turned into an unexpected dive. Looks like he's taking an unplanned dip in the tub, catastrophe or impromptu spa day. Seems like Luna took a shot at her own feline moonwalk but ended up in a tailspin collision. Who knew pets could be their own worst enemies? Looks like Max is taking his canine duties to new heights as the luggage inspector at the airport. Next stop, sniffing out contraband treats and unauthorized toys. Rex is ready for a possum vacation adventure, dressed to impress in his finest beach attire, sunscreen, shades, and a wagging tail. He's all set for some serious fun in the sun. Seems like Sneaky Paws is at it again, pulling off a daring food heist at the supermarket. With a quick grab and a speedy getaway, who knew grocery shopping could turn into a cat caper? Looks like Mr. Whiskers has a taste for cherry mischief, turning snack time into a swinging sensation. This tennis-loving pooch is all about the fetch game, literally. Looks like Spot's mastered the art of pause and pose in the storefront display. Who needs mannequins when you've got a canine model striking a perfect pose? This husky's digging skills could give archaeologists a run for their bones. Who needs buried treasure when you've got a furry explorer unearthing mysteries in the backyard? Looks like Yogi's taking a break from picnic baskets and trying his paw at car door handles. Who knew buried curious creatures had a knack for automotive engineering? Seems Spot's caught in a whirlwind of his own making. Round and round he goes, chasing his tail like it's the latest trend. Seems Duchess Paws has declared herself queen of the pant leg parade, and she's not budging. Who knew fashion could come with such a determined feline twist? Max attempts to chat up the baby, but it seems the infant's more interested in drooling than doggy dialogue. Big Boy thinks he's the lead in a rom-com, dragging his lady love around like a scene-stealing diva. Mama cats showcasing their perfect parenting skills. Watch out for the ultimate feline fail reel as kittens go tumbling one after another. Looks like these pups are having a snowball fight, but with a bit more bark and less bite. This little furball's bouncing around like a perfect pinball wizard. Watch out, world, we've got a kitten comedian in the making. Chunky Kitty's dilemma, too fluffy to scratch, too fabulous to care. Whoops, looks like Rover's auditioning for a role in the Plants vs. the Pups Staircase Showdown. Looks like it's a battle of the sofa wrestling champions. Who will claim victory in this furry showdown, human or hound? This little ball of fur is so sweet he could give Sugar a run for its money. Watch out, world, we've got a cuteness overload on our hands. Looks like Mr. Whiskers is digging for buried treasure in his litter box. Who knew a daily bathroom break could be such an adventure? Who knew rice could be so terrifying? Mr. Whiskers discovers the shocking truth with one paw swipe. Cue the catastrophe. Mama Cat decides it's time for Junior's first slide lesson. Watch out, world, we've got a feline daredevil in the making. Rex's face says it all. What in the woof is that? Looks like we've got a real-life canine versus robot showdown on our hands. Looks like Fido's decided to let his bed do the walking. Who needs a walk when your bed comes to you? Poor Fluffy attempted a bold new litter box technique, opting for a vertical stance, but ended up with a less than graceful tumble into the tray. Talk about a precarious bathroom adventure. Looks like Sir Fluffington's attempt at a feline fitness routine took a tumble. Who knew keeping fit could be so eyeless? Looks like Sir Fluffington's got springs for legs. That startle made him jump higher than a kangaroo in a cat suit. Caught red pawed. Looks like Mr. Whiskers just pulled off the perfect heist. Watch out, we've got a feline felon on the loose. Looks like a perfect storm is brewing as these two furballs prepare for a showdown. Who will emerge victorious in this clawsome clash of the titans? Rex is on a mission. With those zoomies, you'd think he's chasing his tail's tail. Looks like Duchess Paws is turning the dinner table into her own personal racetrack. Who knew mealtime could be so exhilarating? Watch out for the flying fur and zooming kitty. Oops! Rover's attempt at a flying leap ended with a tailspin finish. Looks like gravity had its own plans for this daring doggo. Looks like the pug parade's in full swing, circling the owner like hungry sharks at a buffet line. These little chow hounds are ready to unleash their pugnacious appetites. Oops, Fido's discovered a new way to scratch that itch, downhill tobogganing, the Bulldog Edition. Behold, Tiny Sparky's on a mission of blanket bravado. Who knew such a small pup could have such grand interior design aspirations? Woof, whoopsie! Looks like Max tried his paw at a two-legged jig and ended up with a tail-over tea kettle surprise. Looks like Fido's playing detective now, sniffing out his master's secret hiding spots in this game of pause and seek. Rex's face says it all. Did someone say bath time? Looks like we've got a pawsome drama unfolding in the eyes of this bewildered pup. Watch out for Rover's Beach Blitz. He's turning sandy shores into his own personal racetrack with unexpected human hurdles along the way. Sorry, dude, looks like you just got pup-ended. Looks like Max's park sprint turned into a tailspin adventure. Who knew those giant paws could lead to such comedic chaos? Someone get this pup a stunt double. Behold, a trio of furballs wide awake and fixated on absolutely nothing. Ah, the mysteries of the universe. Even pets are curious. Looks like Fido and Rex had a possum plan to catch Mr. Whiskers, but their leap of faith turned into a fall of Furtoon. Better luck next time, boys. Why is the chatty cat so popular? Because he's always persuasive with his pessimistic charm. Who needs a guard dog when you've got a spooned sentinel? Looks like this crafty owner found the ultimate leash alternative. Looks like Sir Fluffington took a tumble, but fear not. Super owner to the rescue. Who needs a catwalk when you've got a feline acrobat in the house? Rex's face says it all. One taste of lemon and he's rethinking his life choices. Looks like we found the one thing this pup won't fetch. Looks like Mr. Whiskers thought he had it all figured out, until gravity decided to intervene. Who knew feline grace came with a side of comic relief? Seems like the pup pool party's in full swing. Who needs synchronized swimming when you've got these canine cannonballs making a splash? Looks like Fido and Rex are taking fetch to a whole new level at the park. Now they're not just playing fetch, they're playing carry the whole tree. Talk about overachievers in the Canine Olympics. Seems like Duke Paws didn't appreciate the humans' attempt at cat-titude. Lesson learned, never flip off a feline, they bite back. Looks like Sir Fluffington has found his perfect spot for a cat nap. Who needs a display window when you've got a furry masterpiece stealing the show? Rex has turned into a canine crooner, serenading his way to a chicken treat. Move over, Sinatra, we've got a new top dog in town. Looks like Max's DIY water fountain project didn't quite go as planned. Who needs bowls when you've got walls that taste just as refreshing? Looks like Mr. Whiskers is the cat burglar of the pet world, pulling off a daring heist right under the dog's nose, or cage bars. Talk about a perfect crime. Looks like Fluffy McFlufferson is ready to give high fives on a whole new level. Watch out, world, we've got a heavyweight champion of cuddles. Seems like Lady Nibble-A-Lot's got a taste for adventure and a side of hand sandwich. Watch out for those unexpected nibbles, folks. Rex's speedster skills turned his cozy bed into a canine carousel. Who needs amusement parks when you've got a pup with a need for speed? Looks like Max's water chase turned into a pawsome game of tag. Who knew a simple spray bottle could unleash so much canine joy? Rex takes his love for bananas to a whole new level. He's gone from good boy to fruit ninja in appeal. Looks like Duchess Paws is ready for a precipitation party in her stylish kitty quay. Rain or shine, this cat's got it covered. Rex's enthusiasm for rolling turned into a tailspin disaster. Who knew fun could take such a pawsome plunge? Just when you thought they were racing to the finish line, one took a pause for thought. Talk about a doggone plot twist. Looks like Little Rover's got a taste for adventure and a smooth move to steal a sip of his owner's smoothie. Who knew puppies had such refined palates? Feline frets. Mr. Whiskers discovers rock and roll isn't his forte. Looks like Duchess Paws is moonlighting as a perfect peacekeeper in the cat feud. Who knew diplomacy came with a side of whiskers? Max's fashion statement took an unexpected turn when his sweater turned into a canine conundrum. Looks like he's now the trendsetter for caught in the gate chic. Looks like Sir Fluffington's elastic endeavor took a catastrophic turn. His plans for a feline slingshot backfired, leaving him grounded in comedy. Rex's bus ride took an unexpected turn when he became the ultimate food critic. Watch out, fellow passengers, there's a hungry hound on the hunt for snacks. Looks like the wake-up call turned into a comedy show for this pup. Who knew a canine alarm clock could come with such a fur-raising surprise? Looks like Max decided to challenge Mr. Whiskers to a game of wrestling. Let the fur fly and the tails wag in this epic battle of paws versus claws. Looks like Sir Whiskers is on a soul-stealing spree. Watch your step or you might find your footwear in feline custody. Seems like Little Rover's got big dreams. He's attempting a pawsome makeover as the newest member of the Boot Brigade. Looks like Bella the goat and Max the dog have formed an unlikely duo. Who knew their game of tag would become the talk of the barnyard? Looks like Bella the goat and Max the dog have formed an unlikely duo. Who knew their game of tag would become the talk of the barnyard? Lesson learned, never flip off a feline. They've got claws and they know how to use them. Looks like Mr. Whiskers just taught his owner a perfect lesson in manners. Looks like Max just tried his paw at downhill sledding. Talk about a rough ride to the bottom. Next time maybe he'll stick to chasing squirrels on flat ground. Rex takes his potato guarding duties very seriously. After all, every spud deserves a loyal spud bodyguard. Seems like Duke's met his match, a pint-sized rubber duck. Who knew a colossal canine could be brought to his knees by something so quackers? Looks like Mr. Whiskers is expanding his palate, from milk to rabbit water. Who knew he had such exotic tastes? Seems like Duchess Paws got a front row seat to the splashiest show in town. Who knew bath time could turn into a feline frolic? Looks like Winston's seaside stroll took an unexpected dive. Who knew bulldogs had dreams of becoming aquatic acrobats? Tiny Tim may be small, but he's got a bone to pick, literally. Looks like he's not letting size stop him from being top dog in the bone protection business. Seems like Rex's tail knows the real magic word, ice cream. Who needs a bark when you've got a wag as enthusiastic as his? Looks like these beach bums are living the pawsome life. Sand, sun, and endless games of fetch. Who needs a vacation when you've got a day at the beach with your best bud? Seems like Winston's taking the express route down the stairs. Who needs a slide when you've got a bulldog with a taste for adventure? Max thought he could fly. Turns out gravity had different plans. Who knew kitchen acrobatics could lead to such positively unexpected landings? Looks like Rex's beach day took an unexpected turn. Who knew his crab sniffing would lead to such a shell-shocking encounter with his owner's surprise? Seems like Mr. Whiskers is taking open wide to a whole new level. Dinner time with him is like watching a feline opera complete with dramatic entrances and plenty of meow-sick. Rex's expression could give even the most stone-hearted a case of the blues. Someone fetch this pup a tissue and a treat, pronto! When it comes to boundaries, it seems Buddy is more of a boundary breaker than a follower. Next time, he might need a lesson in the laws of gravity. Looks like Luna found her own cozy pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Who needs a doghouse when you've got a flower pot fit for a husky? Looks like Bella's game of hide and seek took an unexpected turn. Who knew her canine companion would be the reigning hide and snooze champion? So, Cat, mastering the 5-star leap thanks to a car horn prank. This lazy cat's version of standing up is more like a rehearsal for a graceful flop. Looks like Rex's snooze session turned into a surprise wake-up call. Even he couldn't stand the smell of his own possum prank. Max's contribution to urban decor, a canine creation on a rather peculiar pillar. After Bella's accidental bump, her dog decided it was time to even the score. Looks like he's a firm believer in the principle of reciprocity. Max's pizza heist went smoothly until he realized he bit off more than he could chew, literally. Rex's excitement for walk time has him bouncing off the walls, literally. Who needs a pogo stick when you've got a pupper with springs for legs? Mr. Whiskers' love for pumpkins is unmatched. Forget catnip, this feline's autumn obsession is all about those gorgeous squash. Buddy's anticipation for his beloved ball is palpable. He's practically vibrating with excitement. Who knew Fetch could turn a pooch into a furry 4-legged rocket? After wrecking half the house, the dog sat down staring at the chaos with an expression of pure innocence. Who would have thought a game of fetch could turn into a canine remodeling project? The mischievous pup turned the pool into a giant water bowl, leaving the family baffled and the backyard flooded. Who knew a canine could have such a unique interpretation of refreshing dip? After spilling his kibble all over the floor, Mr. Whiskers received an unexpected lesson in tidying up courtesy of his amused owner. Who knew mealtime could turn into a feline cleaning boot camp? Why did the black cat bring a ladder? To take his crazy antics to new heights, of course. Looks like Mr. Whiskers is taking the term undercover agent a bit too literally. He's hiding under the rug, ready to pounce on anyone who dares to walk by. Rex's attempt to chase his tail took an unexpected turn. He ended up playing a game of dodge the doghouse door instead. Who knew Fetch could have such unintended consequences? Max's pleading eyes could melt even the coldest heart. He's mastered the art of the puppy dog eyes technique, leaving his humans powerless against his foodie charms. Looks like Rex is taking sitting pretty to a whole new level. Who needs a throne when you've got a water bowl? These two synchronized poopers are giving a whole new meaning to going with the flow. Talk about teamwork. Being judged by cats is like having a furry jury that always finds you guilty of not providing enough treats and belly rubs. Waking a sleeping dog with a drink in the mouth is like trying to baptize a reluctant puppy into the Church of Hydration. That angry glare from Mr. Whiskers says it all. Put me down, human, before my purr turns into a growl. Watching Max frolic in the snow is like witnessing a canine snow angel come to life. Who needs a winter wonderland when you've got a pup filled with boundless joy? Looks like Rex is auditioning for the role of a canine barber. Who knew getting your ears styled could be a surprise perk of pet ownership? Felix finds a new calling as a pint-sized hairstylist, giving the toddler a perfectly unexpected makeover. Max and Buddy have mastered the art of canine comfort, turning relaxation into a competitive sport. Who will claim the title of most relaxed pooch? Looks like Rover's bathroom break turned into an impromptu game of dodge the grass missile for his unsuspecting buddy. Mr. Whisker's quest for knowledge takes a tumble as he explores the mysteries of the photocopier. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but this time it just left him a little embarrassed. Despite his size, Biggie still thinks he's a lapdog. Nothing says big baby like a 100-pound pup insisting on cuddle time. Just when Fido thought he was safe from jungle predators, his owner's tiger costume turned playtime into a furry game of hide and seek. In the bedroom at home, a storm of laughter ensues as little Timmy and his faithful four-legged companion Whiskers turn ordinary playtime into a fairy tale adventure. Looks like Max has declared war on bath time hijinks. Who knew a towel on his owner's head could be such a tempting target? With eyes locked on the prize, Max transforms from man's best friend to Burger's best buddy. Looks like someone's craving a little fast food fiesta. Looks like Mittens has met his match with the bearded dragon. Who knew curiosity could have such scaly consequences? Fido's stealthy moves around the dinner table could earn him a spot on the next canine heist movie, Mission Impossible Chow Time Edition. Rex's dreams of being top dog in the jungle quickly flutter away when faced with the feathered fury of Polly the parrot. Fluffy's ambitious leap into the box quickly turns into a comical kitty karate routine, leaving him more tangled than triumphant. Just when Mr. Whiskers thought he was strutting his stuff on the catwalk, he takes a dive straight into the trash can tango, a performance only a cat could pull off. Oh, with tails wagging and tongues panting, it's a race to the splash zone for these two eager pups. Watch out, world. Fluffy's diving into snack time with the enthusiasm of a foodie at a buffet, no plate left unlicked. Rex's barks could rival a town crier's, if only we knew what he was trying to say. Looks like Whiskers decided it was his turn to hit the snooze button. Guess he's not ready for breakfast just yet. Caught red pod. It seems Sir Fluffy's nocturnal adventures are now on tape. Perhaps he should have checked for surveillance before turning the living room upside down. Look at Rover, he's like a champion, retrieving his victory from the toy claw machine with such pride. Watch out, Spider Cat, scaling walls and leaving his paw prints in places you'd never expect. Looks like someone turned the perfect spot into their own permanent exhibit, the Stony Paws of Gateness. When your cat is not just a cat but also a stand-up comedian giving you a free show of funny faces while scratching on you. Why does my dog look like he's attempting a two-legged moonwalk on snow? Maybe it's his new dance move, the icy shuffle. This cat must think it's auditioning for the Feline Olympics. I've never seen such perfect poof dives. Watch closely, folks. The magician just made a ball vanish into thin air. Even the dogs are looking at him like, yeah right buddy, we're onto your tricks. In a quirky scene next door, the cat diligently assists its owner with a woodworking project. With an earnest expression, it holds a plank steady as its human saws away. The cat's determined look seems to say, I've got this, human, just don't ask me to fetch the hammer. The kitten with eyes full of greed prepares for an epic battle with the salami, but the sharp blade cuts short his plans, leaving him to look on with a disappointed expression. Two mischievous cats stand triumphantly over the overturned plant, their guilty expressions giving away the culprit as they contemplate their next botanical adventure. As the owner tries to shoo them away, the mischievous kittens persist, determined to uncover the mysteries hidden behind the chilly refrigerator doors. That mischievous little pup turns the game into a real treasure hunt, snatching both socks from the child and then giving them a good sniff, leaving the kid both amused and puzzled.